Water Monkey here. Winter's done, man. Long Island's been getting about 40 to 50 degree days and low 40s, high 30 nights. So I made the sad decision to take my winter pack, put it in the storage unit, and grab my 3-season pack. So I'm doing a lot of reflection on what happened over the past winter. I tried some new things, and I learned some things while I'm on the field, and I figured I'd bring that to your attention. In 2009, which was the first time I did my winter camping experience, I noticed that my hands and my feet got very cold. So in 2010, I decided to do a layering system. So for my hands, I had the glove liners, then I had a fleece mitt, and then I had a thick waterproof outer shell. And in that retrospect, it really worked well. My hands did not get cold this winter. For my feet, I researched and I got some down socks. These are actually non-attack Tearaway booties, but I had them modify them into a down sock. Then I came across Goose Feet down socks. So I bought these before I found Goose Feet. If I found Goose Feet, I probably would have saved a little bit more money because these things cost a little bit more. And when I was researching Goose Feet down socks, they also had a waterproof shell. So I figured, if I can 3-layer my hands, but if I 3-layer my feet, that could probably work as well. So what I decided to do is I took 2 pairs of wool socks and threw them on, and then I threw on the booty, and then I took the shell, which also comes with a closed-cell foam pad, and I just doubled them up, threw them in there, and locked it all in. And I figured I had myself a nice, compact, lightweight camp booty. And so I decided to try it out on my first snowshoeing adventure here on the island. And on paper, this was going to be a golden idea. I was going to share it with everyone. I was going to say this is the greatest lightweight thing. I decided to take an ultralight approach to it. It did not work out well at all. I'll tell you what happened. First things first. As you can tell with these shells, there's no traction whatsoever. So in 3-season use, when there's no snow on the ground, these things would be great. When there's snow on the ground, these things don't grip, and I was sliding all over the place. So that was problem number 1. I'm like, all right, well, if I could deal with this sliding situation and my feet are still warm, I could probably still be okay. The problem with that is as you're sliding through the snow, the booty shifted. The sock came in contact came off the padding on the bottom, came in contact with the snow. Even though the snow didn't get on the booty or in the booty, it was in contact with the shell, and my feet froze. So when I was inside the hammock and my feet weren't touching the snow, this was fine. When this got into the snow, not a good idea at all. So when it comes to an ultralight approach to keeping your feet warm in the winter, especially 20 degrees and below, you can't go ultralight in my opinion. Maybe there's other ideas. If you have any ideas, let me know. So I bit the bullet and I did some research and I contacted 40 Below. I ended up getting their camp booty. This has synthetic insulation that goes all the way through. It actually has some sort of a grip, so hopefully I won't be sliding all over the place. It has a relatively thick padding in the sole. And now, I didn't get a chance to try this out. When I bought this, I was hoping for another winter storm to happen. I think I got these beginning of February, so I figured I had another month of winter to go. Wrong! That filthy ground rat did not see a shadow, and the weather just kept getting progressively warmer. So I haven't tested these out. But next winter, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my wool socks. I'm going to have my down socks. And I'll throw that in there, and that should work. These come with straps that you tie. I was debating whether to swap these out for shock cord. I was going back and forth with the owners of 40 Below, a guy named Joel. and he was telling me that I should just try these things out with the ribbon, and then bring an extra shock cord out with me to see which is more comfortable, because he's saying that the ribbon tends to displace the pressure a lot more evenly, and I'm not going to be that, it's not going to cause any discomfort or what's the word I'm looking for, cause any circulation problems. So maybe I'll try that out, but I figured these things were nice, relatively cheap. I think I got these for like 60 bucks. I liked it because it was synthetic insulation. There's some other, like Feathered Friends has a down booty. I wasn't too keen on that, only because the main purpose of using these is because there's snow, and I didn't want snow to seep through and then maybe cause a problem with the down. So I asked him what kind of insulation he uses. I didn't really get a direct answer, or what they said was that basically it's a military grade synthetic insulation that actually is, the insulation itself is silicone coated, so it repels moisture a lot better. So that's basically what I got. I haven't tried it out. I wanted to try it out, but I got no results so far. A few other things that I learned during the winter trek was, normally when I'm out there, I would boil water. It would take me like 8 to 10 minutes to boil water, and then I would create my meals, and then I'd be done with it. But in this trip, I didn't create a fire because I was stealth camping, so I couldn't use the fire to heat up my metal thermos to create more water. So I used my stove. Normally I just keep the stove on the snow, 10 minutes, it really doesn't sink that low. But because I was boiling water constantly for about 40 to 50 minutes, I kept having problems with the stove sinking into the snow because of the heat it was generating, and then tilting back and forth and causing me a lot of problems. Some of you experienced, winter campers probably already know this, but what I had to do then was take my sit pad and kind of put it on top of the snow, and then put my stove on top, and then I didn't have a sinking problem anymore. But so as a tip from me to you, if you're going to do extended periods where you're going to be melting snow, have yourself some sort of a barrier between the snow. Helps out a lot, and I got a little crazy with the alcohol, so I burnt it a little bit. What are you going to do? Final thing that I figured out, when my feet are cold and I put them in these down socks, they still tend to remain cold for a fairly long time before they start to warm up again. What I did while I was in the hammock is I took the soles from these booty shells, and I actually stuffed it inside the down sock, and then stuck my foot in there. And what that did was that radiated the heat rapidly back onto the bottom of my feet. The top of my feet were always pretty okay. It's the bottom of my feet that always got really cold. And the minute I did that, that really started radiating heat back. So another tip from me to you, if you have down socks like I do, and you put them on and your feet are still cold, if you have something like this to bring with you, do it. It's definitely gonna warm up your feet a lot faster. All right, that's pretty much all I got as far as the winter reflections. Again, I didn't get out as much as I wanted to. At least I got an overnighter. Work's been killing me. But hope you guys enjoyed, and keep on hiking.